today with Caleb, and we're going to hit up the two Goodwills, Last Chance Goodwill and then the regular Goodwill. If you saw my Walmart video not too long ago, I don't know if this will be back-to-back weeks or if I'll spread them out more, but you know that the music for the inside the store was bad. Hopefully not as bad here. There is a car placed right there. Hopefully that music isn't being picked up. But usually the Last Chance I can find, a few things and pretty good deals. So let's check that out. Quite a selection here, but we're going to sort through these and see if I need any of these. Hello down there. This is a interesting angle that we're filming at right now, but you saw there was quite a bit in there. It's just so awkward in there because it's like a wide open space with bins, and there was enough people in there to kind of make it weird if I filmed, and it was too quiet almost. And I know I'm making excuses, but anyway, we're going to show what I got in there. I spent $8.65. Is that showing up? $8.65 for this massive bag here of stuff. There were two things that were more than $1. Most of this was like 25 cents or 50 cents. But there were two season sets that were $1.99. We'll get to those. Let's just kind of dive into the VHS. This is presented by Shell, Aero Shell. Warbirds, The Feel of Combat. And these were 10 cents each. I don't know if I mentioned that, the VHS. So it looked interesting. I've never seen like a old company put on like a plane thing. So aerial combat, 80 minutes of aerial combat. I don't know if it's something they produced or if it's like a compilation of movies. I have no idea. It says on here the Memphis Belle and the Thunderbolt P-47. So I'm assuming it's historical stuff, but I couldn't pass on that, especially 10 cents. Now, I knew the prices were good here, but they've taken down a sign which used to say, I think they've dropped their prices. Let's see. So we got the 2 seasons at $1.99. Then we have the 6 DVDs at 50 cents. And then the VHS 10 cents. So I think they have dropped their prices. DVDs I think have always been 50 cents. But I want to say that VHS used to be 25 cents. I could be wrong. So we loaded up on VHS, needless to say. I don't think I have any of these. Ma and Pa Kettle Back on the Farm. So I guess a movie after the... Was this a show or just movies, like a movie series? I'm not too familiar. Back in the 50s. So I guess they go back to the farm. Then My Family, which looks interesting, and it says it right there, it alludes to it, like Godfather. It kind of has a Godfather feel as far as the story. So, especially this, that's iconic Godfather right there. Huh. So this was 1996. And let's see. Deceiver, Tim Roth, Renee Zellweger, Michael Rooker. So anything Renee Zellweger, I'm going to get, no matter what. And Michael Rooker, big fan. I've met him so many times at conventions. The last time I got him to sign a Guardians thing years ago, and the first encounter, I know I've said this story before, him and James Gunn were at the, is it the Chinese Theater in Hollywood? I know I'm like, some of y'all are screaming right now. Yeah. So they were doing a MCU Phase 1? No, Phase 2. In lead up to the first Guardians. Does that check out? The second Guardians, I'm sorry. So that's Phase 2 they would have been showing, or Phase... Anyway, they were coming out. James Gunn, I got a quick picture of, and then security rushed him away. Michael Rooker, instead of running away from the crowd with security, he did that thing where if you're if a horde of zombies attacks you and you just kind of let them take your body and you kind of get engulfed in the crowd. That's kind of how Michael Rooker was. He went straight into the crowd. People took selfies with him. I got a selfie. And then our uncle wanted a selfie and he held his phone out and Michael Rooker was about to sign his phone. He is such a mess. And Wizard World, he was doing a photo op and snuck out of the photo op, and this lady had to track him down. He was hiding in among the crowd. You can't make it up. He is a mess. Then James Belushi, Traces of Red. Who else is in that? Lauren Braca? Not sure. Looked interesting. Then Hit Woman, The Double Edge. So again, looked interesting. Susan Lucci, never heard of Susan Lucci. Then we have a Hallmark, Old Pioneers, Jessica Lange. So, looked interesting again. Now this looked very interesting. Touching Eternity, A Day at SeaWorld, Texas. Now, I wish this would be SeaWorld Orlando, but it's cool to have anything SeaWorld. SeaWorld is a theme park that me and Josh have never been to. I know. That is shocking. Been to Busch Gardens, Wild Adventure, Six Flags, Disney, Universal, at Hollywood and Orlando, Disneyland, DCA, everywhere. Except a few. Knott's Berry Farm, SeaWorld in Orlando. Those two in Orlando we have not been to. And Gatorland, we need to check that out. Our cousin has been to SeaWorld multiple times. He works in and amongst Orlando. He actually works at Disney, but never been to SeaWorld. So we need to go out and experience SeaWorld, because I like visiting aquariums, and anytime we go to Epcot and ride Finding Nemo, we stay and see the big fish they have, the sharks, all kind of undersea wildlife. That stuff just fascinates me. Then something else that fascinates me, Mummy Obsession. We have Scorpion King on VHS. Yes, we picked up another copy. Like I didn't have 18. I probably don't have 18 Scorpion Kings. Probably 7 or 8 VHS. But same variation, nothing different. Just at 10 cents. Like to pick them up when I can. Okay, we got what, two more VHS. And I don't have much NASCAR. We didn't watch a lot of NASCAR growing up. Oh, what is this? Huh. You could enter a sweepstakes. I don't know if that's part of the NASCAR, if that's something scammy, but then there's like this little booklet. So, anyway, didn't really watch NASCAR a whole lot. We did watch the tragic race of Dale Earnhardt, his crash. We did see that, and that shakes you when you see tragedy like that live. Of course, we didn't know at the time that he ultimately would pass, but still, that shakes you to your core. But pick that up just to kind of relive the couple of times we did watch NASCAR. I have a few NASCAR things. Then the last VHS, the story of Alexander Graham Bell. So, Graham Bell, telegram. So he invented the telegram, correct? Of course it doesn't say. I'm pretty sure that's what he did. Yeah, well, telephone, but I think it first started as the telegram because his name was Alexander Graham Bell. But the telephone, Henry Fonda. The only downside is, as you can see, it is cut, but I do like that it's in a nice, sturdy case like that. And I do love these 20th Century Fox classics. And this one I've never seen. So now we're on to the VHS, and I do believe this will be a two-parter. If I find anything in the main Goodwill, it will be a second video. Sorry to disappoint, but this would be a 30-minute video if I didn't do that. This is Albert Nobbs, Glenn Close. Again, I had printed artwork, but needed to upgrade. I think my disc is scratched as well. So, upgrading that for, 25 cents? And then this I'll trade in at McKay's. Hopefully I get some bit of money. It goes for a little bit online, nothing too crazy. Biederman Takes on American Chefs, How to Cook Everything, Season 1. So, has both discs in there, has the little insert. So, some good trade in there. And Broken English, Posey Parker. So that looks interesting. Ladies of Rock. That looks cool. So I guess it's like showcasing the ladies of rock. The top musical groups, solo artists of the 60s, 70s, and 80s. So that's neat. Oh, it's got some listed there. I didn't even see that. So some bands, some solo artists. Then Balls of Fury, full screen. I have this, got it when Blockbuster was shutting down, but the artwork is beat up and my disc is horribly scratched. So it's good to have that app because I can look on there and see, hey, this one's very scratched, the case is damaged. So this disc is mint condition, so why not upgrade for a quarter, you know? Then Next Day Air. This had Mos Def, Mike Epps, and Mike Epps is pretty funny. He's in the Honeymooners and a bunch of stuff. And then this guy, is this Wood Harris? The guy from, oh, why am I blanking? Scrubs. Is that Wood Harris? Is that Donald Facing or Wood Harris? 'Cause Mike Epps he's on Please Be Kind, Rewind with Jack Black. I know I murdered that. Be Kind, Be Rewind. And then Mos Def is the wasn't he a rapper, right? I hope I'm correct in that. But this looked interesting. With that cast, I wanted to check this out. And I guess it's about the delivery service, from what I'm seeing here. Yeah, product the wrong address. So they took something to the wrong address, which I've discovered firsthand. My mail people send stuff to the wrong address all the time. Sometimes they send our stuff to our neighbors. Sometimes we get our neighbors' stuff. Sometimes they send a package that has the same street, the same house number, but it's a different street address, which is weird. But anyway, then these, I'm not sure if I'm keeping or if I'm going to trade in. I don't know if they're valuable or not. We'll probably watch them and decide. But these were $1.99 since they are seasons, which is fair for a season, you know. Usually it's like the $5 range, and you can see here it at one point was $5.05, but in there it was $2. So Laguna Beach, Season 1 and Season 2. Now I know nothing about this show except it was MTV. The only thing good on MTV now is ridiculousness, and that's not even close by a mile. But they did, back in the day, try to get reality shows, TV shows, stuff like that. So we'll check them out and see if they're worth keeping or worth trading in. But all that $8, where's my receipt? $8.65. So not a bad haul for $8, especially all that interesting VHS, like the SeaWorld and the Alexander Graham. Then finding some mint DVDs was pretty cool. Finding some interesting comedies, some documentaries, all that in the bargain outlet. And if you don't know, the bargain outlet is kind of where they put DVDs, especially VHS, that are not selling. Like, say something's been there a couple weeks, it hasn't moved, nobody's really touched it, they take it to the bargain outlet. Most stores don't have a bargain outlet right next to a main Goodwill, but this one does, and I'm glad they do. But they are closed on weird days. I think this is Wednesday. I think they would be closed tomorrow if I came here then. So glad we kind of timed this up right. But stay tuned for part 2 if we do a part 2. Hopefully there's enough in there to get. But like, subscribe, share with the movie lover and Goodwill lover. Comment down below what your favorite find was that I got. Until next time, keep collecting.